Why do we talk to ourselves in our heads? That voice in your head narrating your life right now? Some people don't have it at all. You've probably heard that inner voice is just thinking out loud inside your brain. It's not. It's actually your brain running a survival function that's older than language itself. And it's the reason some people can plan ahead and others can't. There's a name for people without it. It's called anendophasia. Most people who have an inner voice don't even realize that some people don't, until they meet someone whose mind works completely differently and suddenly realize that not everyone experiences thoughts the same way. So why do the rest of us talk to ourselves in our heads? It starts with something you probably did when you were 4 years old, out loud, right in front of everyone. Watch any toddler stacking blocks and you'll hear it. This one goes here. No, not there. Here. That's not random. Psychologists call it private speech. Kids literally think out loud because talking is how they organize their thoughts. Then, as they get older, something strange happens. The talking doesn't stop. It simply moves inside. Your inner voice is childhood private speech that went underground. You didn't lose it. You just stopped needing to say it out loud. Which means your inner voice isn't just background noise. It's a tool your brain built on purpose. And it does far more than narrate your day. First, it helps you plan. Ever rehearse a difficult conversation in your head before it actually happens? That's your inner voice running a simulation. Second, it helps you remember. Repeating a phone number in your head? Same system. Third, and this is the big one, it helps you control yourself. Ever tell yourself, don't do it, just before making a bad decision? That's inner speech acting like a brake pedal for your brain. Kids who talk themselves through tasks out loud actually perform better on problem-solving tests. As adults, we simply do the same thing silently. So if inner speech is this useful, what happens to people who don't have it at all? Do they struggle to plan, to remember, to control themselves? The answer is stranger than you might think. People without an inner voice don't think in silence. They often think in images, feelings, sensations, or impressions instead. One researcher studies this by interrupting people at random moments and asking, "What was in your mind right before this?" Some people describe complete sentences. Others describe nothing more than a feeling of simply knowing. Neither one is broken. They're simply running on different operating systems. But it does create some unusual moments. People without inner speech sometimes struggle to explain how they made a decision. Not because they didn't think, but because there were no words to report back. Meanwhile, people with a strong inner voice often have the opposite problem. Their narrator never shuts up, which is fantastic for planning, but it's also where rumination lives. Replaying an argument at 2 in the morning? Same tool, just stuck in a loop. The voice that helps you plan your day can also become the voice that keeps you awake at night. Here's the part almost nobody tells you. How you talk to yourself changes what that voice does to you. Researchers tested this with a surprisingly simple trick. Instead of thinking, "I'm nervous," use your own name. Alex, you've got this. That tiny shift creates distance between you and the panic. It's called self-distancing, and it actually works. People who speak to themselves like a coach instead of a critic perform better under pressure, during interviews, and even in arguments. So the next time your inner voice turns against you, try talking to yourself the way you'd talk to a close friend. Not, "I'm going to fail." "Alex, you've handled harder things than this." Same brain, same voice. Just pointed in a direction that actually helps you. So the voice in your head isn't random. It's not broken if it's loud. It's not broken if it's silent. It's simply your brain, still using the exact same trick it learned when you were 4 years old, only much quieter now. So the next time you catch yourself in the middle of a thought, ask yourself, is that voice helping you or just repeating itself? And if you've ever caught your own inner voice arguing with itself, then you already know exactly what this video was about.